So I got a couple more questions for you, Mr. Wells. Um, I don't know, man. I keep seeing more and more stuff every day that just amazes me. How is it that y'all didn't go search for your daughter? You said you were not allowed. The law told you not to search. I'm a little confused because the law told you not to do drugs. You do drugs. The law told you don't drink and drive. You drink and drive. The law told you take adequate care of your children. You don't take adequate care of your children. The law told you that you need anger management counseling and drug rehabilitation, and you've done none of that. What happened prior, well, between the time of prior to Summer disappearing and almost immediately after Summer disappearing, that the one thing that allegedly, and everything is purely in my opinion, but why is it that one thing that the law said you completely oblige them? For the first time in either one of your lives, you listened to somebody of authority, somebody who represents the law. Um, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, the law tells you not to sexually assault children. You do that. The law tells you not to have a gun, whether it's a muzzle loader or bullets. It's a gun. Technically, if you read most states, county probation and state parole contracts, I believe there's a little section in there that says even to have BB guns or guns that that look realistic is prohibited. Anything that would make the general public think that they were at a disadvantage should they face you, which means any kind of weapon. A butter knife could be a weapon in your hands. A Leatherman could be a weapon in your hands. You don't listen to any of those requests or demands from law or society. The one and only law that you adhere to, well, it's not even a law. Supposedly it's hearsay, and I believe you say you got it secondhand, so it's not even like you were told by the actual representative of the law not to do it, but yet you won't do it. Sure talked your way right through that gag order, right? But you can't go search for your daughter. I'm going to say I hope that you're coming to your senses. I hope that you're realizing how deep you're in this and you're contemplating fixing it. But in between now and then, how many times has your wife lied to you? She's like a conductor of an orchestra, dude. She separated. Are you even sure Child Services had a case on you? Or is that your wife just telling you that? So on certain nights when she needs a little bit more time at home to do whatever she's doing, or she's not ready to stop playing, she tells you CPS is on the way. You have to stay at work. Have you actually ever validated that? Anytime you hear her speak, within 5 minutes of her starting to speak, she comes full circle to everything she said. I catch her in lie after lie after lie after lie about stupid things. Like the playroom, for example. Don, when did you put a playroom in your house? And, I mean, honestly, if you were going to provide a playroom, you couldn't provide your daughter with a bedroom? Made her own bed? Christ, even if you made it out of pallets. You could make some really cool shit out of pallets. You could have made that baby a bed. You could have painted her room. You could have fed her real food. Could have kept your hands off her. But most importantly, you could have kept her out of the clutches of that evil, deceitful, revenge-filled, excuse of a wife you have. Do you know how many, I mean, honestly, do you know how many people are laughing at you, Don? How many people think it's utterly hysterical the way she has manipulated you and many other people, and even used you and your reactions at certain times to solidify the lie she was telling? She knew what buttons to push to get what reaction out of you in front of people to make her story seem valid. You're a lunatic. Everybody knows it. Why is it okay for you to go spend days at a time with crack whores? But you can't. That's my dog. But you can't let her have one Mexican. Excuse me. No. You're not going in until I'm ready. A couple more minutes. No, I'm at the booty. My dog's tired. Booth in. That's enough. So, I think, well, I know you don't actually care that she's with other men. You care that what you believe is your property is not being completely obedient to you. It's not about love. It's not about loyalty. It's not about trust. It's about you and what you believe are your possessions. Your daughter was your possession, your property. In your mind, in my opinion. When in fact, your daughter is her own person. You were gifted with her. And you let, oh, Can. Oh, Can. Come here, Can, my baby girl. Oh, Can. I want to hug you, Can, around your neck. I really do. And I'm counting down the days to when justice comes for Summer. But I am kind of curious. Are you going to do the time for it, Don? Capital murder? Your child? I am looking for something real quick I want you to hear, because I don't know if you've heard it before. So, Candace, you were cool with him upstairs banging Crystal on the couch? Did he get Marlena too? Or was that just Marlena's babies, wasn't it? Did you both do BK? since she's all fly, all kinds of individual flags. Let's see. Candace. I want to find this. So, Hunter. Bear with me for a minute. Thank you. What is that? Let's see. What does that say? Go back. Man, sorry, should have been prepared. Alright, well, I can't find it right now, but I am going to find it and I will post it. But, I'll tell you about it anyway. That video at the lake with Summer and Hunter and Candace. If you break it down to screen to screen, you'll see at one point where Hunter's standing out in the water, about up to mid-calf, and he's fluffy. He's fluffy, he's soft, he's an adolescent boy. Well, you'll see where Summer's splashing around, and all of a sudden, she waves at somebody before recognition sets in. When she realizes who she's waving to, she drops her hand really quick. And if you still keep going, frame by frame, you can see somebody approaching through a trail. In my opinion, it's Sharpie Jr. And by the look on Summer's face, the complete and utter fear, terror, anticipation of what she already has the knowledge is going to happen. Right as Hunter starts prancing around, doing his goofy ass smile and throwing up gang signs, and they pan around to the water, you'll see Summer wave. You'll also see Summer recognize the person she's waving to and pull that hand back. What you won't see is what I seen when I seen the rest of that clip before somebody made it, in their opinion, approved for public consumption. When I saw it, Hunter was standing in the water right after Summer waves, and he's got his back towards the camera, and he turned into a buff, kinda, not real buff, but buffer than Hunter, dude. And he goes from having yellow shorts with little splotches all over them to blue shorts with waves. His physique changes. His clothes change. And the film stops. When it starts again, there's old Sharfie standing in that cave. What is it? Right down the street on Ben Hill where the waterfalls and the caves are done. So they didn't even have to go far from your house. The most time consuming about that day was going to pick Hunter up. What was it going to be? A tag team video? You know, kind of videos that Sharfie likes to make. Is that what they had planned for that baby that day? Is that what your wife decided was going to happen because you took her silver roll? She's taking your sunshine. I'm going to go back. I've had a couple phones through the last 2 years, so I'm actually going to go charge up a couple of my old phones and see if I had the foresight to save that video, because it's utterly clear if you've seen that video. But mysteriously, that video has disappeared. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody knows anything about it. And why is it that Summer would be in the middle, in the back of the vehicle? And Hunter slipped a couple times, saying about the seating. There's another person in that vehicle. Who is it? And why? Why are they going so out of their way to make sure that individual's name doesn't get brought out? That the involvement with that individual in Summer's life doesn't come out? What I'm really curious to find out, and I don't know if there is a point where such material becomes public knowledge in a case such as Sharfie Jr.'s, but what if those images, you know, the thousands of images he had of children depicted in sexual situations, forcible sexual situations with adults. Is Summer the subject of some of that material? Is that another way Candace was utilizing her daughter? Not only for keep people company, that you need to fry, but knowingly let him, and possibly Hunter, do such horrible things to her and film it. Where you promise like some royalties off of it, the further these images go, you know, the chance of them making money. And if they do make money, of course, Candace, you'll get a part of that. So was that to be the gift that keeps giving? Found your daughter was pimped out, left and right. And I am going to go find that video, and I will be back. But I still want to know one thing. How did it feel the first first morning you woke up in that house, Don, and you knew the little girl was never coming back? For whatever reason, through much speculation, the one thing everybody's known, Summer was not coming back. How did you feel that morning?